Congratulations to all the teams that are competing here over the last 3 days. To pull your national jersey on is definitely something to cherish for, I guess, for the rest of their life. They'll remember this day.
Absolutely. And starting off today with New Zealand, they're running right to left. Landon Marks, who's been a real serious leader of this team on the field so far. He's been the star performer for this New Zealand team. He taps them off. He's got the ball there now, just controlling what's happening in their first attack at the line. On the outside, there's Collins Taiapo. The set ends.
Yeah, I think you'll see the strike players, this particular pod for New Zealand, the 6, the 1, the 8. They're the danger men for the Emmys. They've got to keep their eye on them, create plenty of opportunities here. And let's see what happens. A fresh set from the 7 metres.
Yeah, the defensive set for Australia includes Ethan Sample, Marcus Bell and Mac Nolan, 6, 7 and 8. There's a defensive pod that the coaches have put together. They've got an attacking pod and a bit of a flip pod that can do a bit of both. So they've started with their defensive group. Mac Nolan again, Zali Chippendale just making a really strong touch there.
Yeah, you see there's a lot of movement there. They've started off with an ML, which is a 33, and
I think he's got that one. Yeah, nice, good finish.
Yeah, the number 6 got away, lost his man over in the corner. Great start by New Zealand. Go ahead 1-0.
Tomai Collins Taiapo with a good finish. He's got himself away from his marker player out on this the Australian right side. So the Australian team bring on their attacking pod. This is Clancy Hone getting the ball down with Flynn Matters on the sweep. He's covered up. Carter Vincent, the third of that group, in number 12 on the ball right now. Clancy Hone really strong in game 1. Flynn Matters really strong in game 2. Big long ball from Hone. Tried to get a tap back there, but the ball's gone forward first. So it'll be a New Zealand ball and New Zealand advantage early on in this game. Good strong touch and a similar good consistent call from the referee. A similar sort of physical contact that causes a roll ball indiscretion and the changeover happens. So again, Matters flips out. Hone goes the other way. Vincent brings it back in. Clancy Hone resettles. Matters with a right foot step, but well defended there. Johnny Pickworth.
Yeah, the Emmys are throwing a lot of static play here. Number 9, Flynn Matters, son of the great Craig. Yeah, well defended there by the Kiwis.
Hosking Vinicky with a really good touch. And then earns the penalty for not returning the ball just by asking for it nice and early. So they get a free 10 metres up the field. It's Taylor Shelford driving, Hosking Vinicky, sweeping on now, Bailey Paenga. And, that's not the kind of skill that you'd like to see coming off the bench by Collins Taiapo.
I think you might see a little bit of that early on until they get accustomed to this wet ball. A little bit slippery.
Yeah, the few drops of rain that we had while we were doing the preview show have all sort of cleared away a little bit, and the direction that the wind's coming, the weather's coming from is nice and dry. Max Masters with a little run from half there, but Taste Black has no space.
He's been outstanding the last couple of days, Max Masters. Look for him often when we're attacking the line for the Emus.
Yeah, this is their flip pod. I was talking to the coach yesterday.
Right.
A bit of attack, bit of defence. A group that will come out, do a little bit of attack, a little bit of defence. They can do either. Bit of utility. Masters and Black. When we saw VK Rawali yesterday, who didn't really see much of the ball on that set, but he was a bit of a difference maker in the game yesterday. But when the game was on the line, Max Masters really stepped up in game 2. Australia gets a penalty here, so they've got a good set. This is Ethan Semple and Mac Nolan. Semple at half. He's going to bring the ball back. A little bit of miscommunication between players. trying to sort themselves out. Sweeping around the back is Marcus Bell. Semple with a pick up, step back. Semple covered.
Yeah, penalty there. You see the defence change slightly. The Emus were looking for the far middle. The opposite middle pushed up, nullified the sweep. It was good defence by the Kiwis.
Marcus Bell, they had what they were looking for on that one with the setback, that Marcus Bell couldn't quite gather the ball in enough to get a decent pass away to Semple, so he did the smart thing and held onto it. A long ball over the top here from Mac Nolan, and that's going to be finished in the corner. Pass is fine.
Yeah, great setup. The middle was simulating a middle dump, but kicked out, dumped on the link. It was an out ball to the other middle, got outside his player. Good footy by the Emus.
Cleo Butterfant with the try in the corner. A simple job. They committed the New Zealand defence in. So Cleo Butterfant was wide open out on the far side. Mac Nolan just had to find her with the ball on the chest. Vinicky with the bullet pass across the face. Pickworth can't reel that one in.
Yeah, great link hole there by the Kiwis. Unfortunately lost their handle. Would have been a good hit back as the Aussies move off their 7 metre line.
Evie Poulos was in position to make that touch, I think. She probably would have got him. They'll work their way off their line. Sally Chippendale. And Flynn Matters with some good drive. And Hone has got some momentum coming into the line, and he's able to get through with some speed. Carter Vincent found into the right-hand corner. A really good, quick finish. Bit of a discussion between referees. Yeah, the referee on the sideline has said that there clearly was a touch before the ball got down.
Yeah, great transition out of the box. There was a strike up. The number 10 took off. The Kiwis looked to play a man on defence, which allowed the 10 get behind the line. And, yeah, great defence. It was a lucky touch there on the end. Not lucky, it was a great touch.
Yeah, it worked out well for the Kiwis because it was fifth touch, so there wasn't much to work from. Cassie Hone with great speed. But Leon Monks with some speed of his own and breaks through the line, flops a little pass over the top that gets knocked down. So the Kiwis get a full set of 6 at their attacking line here. And Landon Monks pops straight back to Collins Taiapo, who throws one over the top, and unfortunately for New Zealand, Tate Whelan can't hold on to that one, and it disappears down the bankment on that far corner. We were talking yesterday, Brad, the field is very much like Old Trafford. Got the dip away on either side. Easy to lose track of what happens once it disappears off the field.
It's good from a batter's perspective. You got a lot of roll there for a nice cover drive. But let's talk about the field. The field's held up well. I was only talking to the groundsman this morning. The amount of games that's played on this particular venue is astounding. So for this field to hold up...
Great call from Landon Monks. That's a sensational pass out. Right to left, and Anya Ballantyne able to finish over in this left-hand corner.
Yeah, what a ball. What a ball. Tricky conditions to catch those type of long balls, but well done by the number 7 here on the wing.
Little middle play.
Look at that ball. That's a tough ball to throw off one step. Yeah, just touching back on the fields, the amount of traffic that's on this particular ground. Look, we finish here at 2:30 today, and there's training straight on it. So credit to all the ground staff here. They've done a fantastic job.
Mac Nolan with that dive at the line there. Well defended. New Zealand marked up well. Semple now at half to Nolan. Nolan with a right foot step. Not able to get any purchase. And New Zealand defend. And they'll drive now away from their own line. Good shooting there by Semple.
Yeah, we've got some pressure now by the Aussies. They're really pressing up, making this difficult for the Kiwis to get to their box. And as transition, they're going to be 5 metres around halfway.
Hosking Vinicky, look at him go. He's got some toe. Oh, nicely done there. That's Kate Hammond, the winger on the far side. She's seen the danger come up into the space, giving him nowhere to run. And a good strong tag. There's a late pass from Pickworth. Shelford wasn't able to do anything with the ball anyway under pressure. That's a really good, strong defensive set from Australia.
Yeah, quick shout out to all the referees here as well. We always concentrate on the players and the coaches. But yeah, quick shout out to all the referees that have done a fantastic job.
Referees for this game, Nicole West, Quinn Murphy and Alec Clark. They've been really good all week. Pick up from Masters here. He's blistering pace, but just nowhere to run into. The wingers held on that on the near sideline. There's a little discussion between the referees now whether or not somebody's been held off, or if the ball's come off a hand. It has. Referee West signalling 6 again for Australia there. I think that's a little fortunate. I don't think anybody was actually playing for the ball there to knock it down. But here we go. Australia have the ball. Taste Black. He's going to get it across to Masters. Really well shut down that side by Ballantyne. She's scored one. And now just a really confident hit on that side to save a try.
Yeah, fantastic read by the winger.
Oh, Taste Black. Perfect position. VK Rawali's got some fantastic hands there. Popped it straight back for Black to just fall over the line. He's found himself just that little bit of shuffle to get himself right between the two defenders in the perfect position. And great hands from Rawali. See on the replay, Rawali has it. He'll get the ball from Black. And straight back across.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that today. A lot of the quick hands around that try line.
Some high enthusiasm level coming from the bench here for what looked to be a promising opportunity for Collins Tyrepool. Didn't quite come off for them.
Bit sloppy by the Emus getting to the box. Let's see what the Kiwis have. It's 2-all the scoreline. Perfect opportunity here for them to sneak ahead.
This is the number one attacking group for New Zealand. Landon Monks. And there's a penalty for Australia, not moving forward.
Yeah, good work by Carter Vincent there, pushing up, trying to help the middles out, making that link touch. Unfortunately, there was no movement forward, or not enough movement forward called by the referee.
Evie Paulus having to chase, and she has made the touch. She had to really get onto a bike there. There was some call from the crowd somewhere calling Evie.
Yeah, that was they made it a little bit hard on themselves there, the Emus. They drifted a long way over, well past the 50, which opened up that side. Good touch by the Aussies.
Yeah, Monks has ripped that one out. Kate Hammond's given a little bit of a shunt. Unintentional, just bodies in collision. But with a couple of touches up their sleeve. I think that's Tate Whalen over that far side. She's ended up on a deck, on her back. Great footwork from Monks. And another great touch from Evie Paulus. So Australia will drive out from their own end, and then an easy penalty.
Yeah, great work, Evie. It's a mismatch. Had a male and a female there, but held her own. Chased out, made the diving touch. Could quite easily have been a try there. Let's see how the Aussies go here. It could be a 2-try swing.
So we've got Masters. You see Rawali sweeping. Masters picks up, comes back the other way, drops the ball back for VK. But well defended.
Yeah, the Aussies throwing some shape there. There's a sweeper with the ninja play going back against the grain. Kiwis were good enough to hold out.
Long ball from Black. That might have drifted forward, but the referees are saying all clear, and Kate Hammond with the finish in the corner, but that's a beautiful ball then from Taste Black. Some good work in the middle, just attracting the defenders in, holding them tight, and then over the top.
Yeah, we talk about conditioning the defence. That sweeper ninja set that open play and allow... A lot of credit goes to the middle attackers, but the wingers do a fantastic job. That's where games are won and lost, not only in attack but also defence. So, yeah, well done to the
Shelford. Good hands here from Vinicky. Got himself across. Taste Black, Mac Nolan's held out, and Shelford's rolled himself into beautiful space, very similar to Taste Black's try.
Look, that's what it's all about. the celebration there. It just shows what it really means to these particular players. The Aussies threw a similar play, the dish, and quick hands back on the inside. And there it is, great try celebration.
That's Taylor Shelford. He's the one that was celebrating a little earlier on, coming from the box. As the great hit by New Zealand on this side, but there's a player offside, not moving forward. So a full set of 6 here for Australia. This is Matters and Hone. Matters on the quickie, back for Hone. Second phase play. They've got numbers on the right side now. It's just got to go through their hands, and it does. Nicely done outside this out this side. Carter Vincent with the hands all the way through, and finished on the right hand side.
Yeah, difficult to defend that. The phase play, number 7 held well there. Wing just unfortunately couldn't do enough. Quick hands out there, found the overlap.
Yeah, it can be quite easy, as we've seen a few times over the course of the weekend, to when you've got that simple pass, you've just got to execute the pass to then have it go a little bit high or a little bit behind, and it bounces off a hand. And
yeah, there's definite skill there. The dump under pressure, the clean ball.
Landon Monks gets a penalty here, which relieves the skill error in the roll ball. It is really chopped up at that end, right where they're playing now. A lot of work's been happening there. You can see the dirt coming up. Landon Monks gets on the quickie quarterback play, gets it back and slams it down. Takes advantage of the error, or of the penalty.
Yeah, look, that's the third try with similar circumstances. The defence not covering that inside player. Let's see how both teams react to that. I'm sure coaches have highlighted the fact that they need to be tighter. Let's see if that changes over the course of the game.
Masters.
There it is again.
And Black. Rawali staying right. Black is going to reset for Masters. Rawali comes to half. Black, he's got the long ball. He's tried the short one for Masters, but it's come off for the defender, and it will be 6 again. That's Jake Wiles down here in defence for New Zealand.
Lost the handle, went for the intercept. Would have been great to see open pastures. As a result, it's 6 again on the try line.
He'd still be running. But an incorrect roll ball from Tace Black.
You'd still be running, Des, or he would?
No, he'd still be running. Like, he could get over the top of the grandstand down there. I don't run, mate. You know that. I'd still be inside my 8-7.
As we see a press by the Aussies here.
Really,
this is the second time in the game they've done that. Great pressure.
And it builds on itself, doesn't it? Like, you get one really good shoot, shut them down. The next group of shooters coming up, they don't have to go back as fast, so they can apply just as much pressure again. As there's a touch pass in here, it's reaped dividends. There's only a minute and a half to go here in the first half. It's really sort of flown by. Tace Black, after a really successful set here for this group, but Evie Poulos can't draw that one in. Just took her eye off the ball and had a look up to where she was going to get the roll ball happen, and it's turned over, and so all that work's a little bit undone.
So Kiwis look to get some fresh legs. Here comes their attacking pod, the 1, the 6, the 8. Just over a minute to go in this half.
Chance Sherrod Chase, Landon Monks. Sherrod Chase is at half, sweeping around. Comes Collins Taiapo. But last touch. That set went really, really quickly. And Australia back up the park. This is Clancy Hone, National Touch League winner with the Queensland Bulls this year in the men's opens. Evie Poulos. And recycle back in. They'll only have one touch now. Matters driving it in for Hone. He's got a big left and right pass, but doesn't need it this time. It just gives it off for Matters, but there is an offside penalty.
Yeah, good defence there. Look to come back. The big left foot step. Saving middle from the Kiwis. Just tread. Held his mark. And shut the gap. 10 seconds to go. Is that?
But Matters has made the touch on him, so that'll be the end of that one. The siren's going. Hannah Monk's had all sorts of signs of glory in his eyes, having picked that one off. It was a bit of ball work near the line, close to the line. Only had to take one step off it to pick that one off, but it's tagged in the action of catching. So with the siren going, that's the end of the first half. 4-4, half-time score. About 20 seconds to get underway. Australia are going to have the tap off for the second half. So if it does go to, this is still the Trans-Tasman series, and so it will be, if it is a draw at full time, this game will go to extra time. And in that situation, Australia tapping off for the second half will get the tap off to start the extra time. But let's get through the second half first. Clancy Hone, Flynn Matters, and Carter Vincent on this first group.
Yeah, look, it's all tactical. The Australians would have known that. It goes into the planning.
Matters with great footwork. He's outside.
Wow.
That's sensational footwork to open up the second half. Kate Hammond out on that far side. Doesn't have to do much. But Flynn Matters, great footwork.
Yeah. Look, he squared up the defence. You would have seen that. Turned his shoulders, squared him up, burnt him back short. So big left foot step. Nothing the winger could do there. Yeah, great footwork.
Yeah, the winger has no choice but to come in there. Definitely see that her link is beaten. Has to come in and force a pass, otherwise Matters can stroll over and score himself. And we've seen it a few times over the last couple of days, that last pass being forced. And it just goes away from, every once in a while, goes away from where it needs to go to. But this case, straight to hand, and Hammond just catch and put down. Hosking Vinicky with some footwork of his own.
Yeah, good defence there. Good shape by the number 8, and the saver was right behind him.
Yeah, Mac Nolan, he's been really strong in defence all weekend so far in the first 2 games, 2.5 games that they've played.
Yeah, we talked about the quickie return and if there was going to be any defensive adjustments, and I think it was just shown there how tight that middle was, protecting that player who pushed up the other middle that made that touch.
Masters now. Big left foot step and he's away. He's through. Vinicky's chasing and Masters has been able to get the ball away. Hosking Vinicky is lightning fast, and for Masters to hold him off at pace, that's really impressive. The ball goes to ground, but the penalty is coming for a holding.
Yeah, not the type of player I want to go man on with Masters there. Great footwork.
I'm the kind of player you want to go man on with.
I'll leave that one alone. Yes.
Masters, Black, VK Rawali on the sweep, but runs straight into Pickworth. Gives him a little bit of a, you're not getting through here. Trying to get the New Zealanders to move forward to the 7 metres, so they hold up. Masters through the hands. Great saving touch from Anya Ballantyne to knock the ball down.
She's been fantastic.
She really has. Box side winger. It takes a lot of work to run the boxes pattern and still do all of your defensive and offensive work. A big long ball left to right from Tace Black.
Yeah, her reads have been great. She's getting still, and that's the key for a winger, to be still, to be able to see the play develop.
Oh, nicely read. There's a 6 again though. It has bounced back to Masters off the hands of Pickworth. But nicely shut down by New Zealand, so it's another set of 6. Masters out the back to Rawali in the odd match-up out on the right-hand side. Rawali's looking to get Rawali's footwork and speed, so I reckon they'll run a play a little bit across to the left here. And good coaching me. And Rawali gets the ball down into the dirt. Bit of a shame. I'd have set the play back across the other way and then brought it back, looked to bring it back to Rawali to try and give him a little bit of space to work with. That's where I was going from that one. But
yeah, good defence by Talon, the number 14 from New Zealand. Sniped it on the previous play, held on the second play, ball went to ground.
New Zealand get a penalty for offside from Australia. And so They're now in a situation where they've got Shera Chase working with Monks and Collins Tyaport. Chance Shera Chase on the sweep, but covered by Rawali.
Yeah, first time New Zealand have run that play. Dump on the link, the far middle sweeps. Well defended by the Australians.
Monks might not have been a touch in that one. Masters had a quick look across to the referee, but recognising where they are on the field, decided not to appeal, might end up giving a penalty away for himself. Rawali now chasing hard out on that side for Collins Tyaport. Really good defence. There is a forward pass, or is there not returning the ball? They've been marched another 10 metres. Kate Hammond trying to figure out where the referee's asking for the mark to be.
Yeah, just a cheap yards when you do that. Gives them a free 20 metres. Now they'll have 2 or 3 shots on the line.
Works a lot at Park Touch, but not with this level of referee.
No, not at all.
Clancy Hone, Matters. This group have been very, very strong. Dynamic. We've just seen Matters with his footwork. But this is going to be Hone. He'll rip it left to right, long over the top. Claudia Wheatley couldn't get the ball into the hands. But really well read out that side by Tate Whalen. She was in perfect position, playing the player, not the ball. And so when the ball goes to ground, New Zealand earn it, and they're going to come away from their own end.
So you see the Australians pressing again, stopping the Kiwis getting into their box.
Made it now.
Full touch at halfway.
Great pace here. This is Jake Wiles. Picked up by Riddick. Over the back. Is not going to find a player. And there is a forward pass off the roll ball before that one. So, Wiles. Rico Fisher making that touch. Just catches his own foot there on his way back as I call his name out. Evie Paulus. Semple with a little pop up. Oh, Matt Collins just lost the ball. He's going so fast that the wind's knocked the ball out.
Nice little pop-up play there coming out of the box for the Australians. Had them beat. Yeah. Unfortunately, lost a handle.
He was going to it, so it really looked like that, didn't it? It's like when you hold a piece of paper outside or hold your phone outside the window when you're trying to take a picture in your car.
Yeah, really hard to defend as the Kiwis run the same play.
Oh, Pickworth tries a little switch back for Vinicky. Doesn't quite work. Goes to ground. Not quite got the link up there. Australia will come back.
Yeah, we spoke just coming out of half-time about completions. I wouldn't mind seeing the stats on how many completions for each team, but at this level, you need to be turning the ball over on the try line and making it as hard as possible.
A penalty from Shelford this time. Taylor Shelford just a little bit strong.
Tough one,
on the
tough
ball.
one.
Yeah, it's a
late
50-50.
in the count.
So Taste Black will split out. Masters gives him the ball. Black with a dive for the line. Well covered by Pickworth.
Yeah, well done. Showed him a little bit of space on the outside, which negated the step back, but was able to cover the diving try attempt by the Australians.
Wing and Link on this side were very close, and that meant that there wasn't enough space to open up from the other defenders. And Taste Black doesn't return the ball after a roll ball error, and so a free 10 metres. And New Zealand with some high energy here driving, and they're in good position with players steaming off the bench. Not coming with a great deal of speed, but they're looking for a particular blade of grass there. Shera Chase. Good touch by Rawali.
I'll get the numbers.
Yeah, just a little
there it is.
slow. That's a really poor error by the Australians. They'll learn something from that one. They just clocked off, made the touch, and then clocked off and went, yep, no worries, we're all set here. And diving over.
Kiwis tied up. It's 5-5.
Tomei Collins Tyaport gets the try for while the Australians are asleep. Levelling the score up. That's a pretty crucial try for New Zealand. Hone gets the ball down with pace. It's out. Well defended out on that far side. The 2 and 3, Riddick and Tate Whalen run into each other. Whalen's hurt by that one.
Yeah, another difficult play there. It was the open side quickie. Got outside the defender. Diving touch there by the winger. I think it might have been some friendly fire there.
Yeah, it was. The two of them ran into each other, and Whalen's kind of got the body into her legs. The body of Nate Riddick.
Well done
she's
by
up
the
and
winger.
about.
Yeah, dusted herself off. She's back.
Ooh. Oh, an off the hook penalty. As Clancy Hone throws a bit of a looping pass back around his body all the way around, and it ends up going 360 instead of 270.
Referee Nicole West wasn't happy with that one.
Oh, matters. He did one of these ones yesterday where he gets in really, really close to the line, and because he's not a tall player, when he dives, he actually doesn't look like he's got to extend very far, and it just takes the time away from the defence here. See how he doesn't put that arm out. He just plants it on the line, and the defenders are just like, oh, wait, I should have another step here.
Well, he's been concerned all day for the Kiwis, the footwork. This time he steps back off the right foot and finds...
Whoa, what a hole.
6.
Collins tyre ball. A brilliant ball from Monks across the face, but that's Collins tyre ball hitting that hole at lightning speed and perfect angle. Great hit back.
That's hole of the day so far. You see the dumper opens up as a face ball.
Nearly takes out Chance Sherrod Chase's head on the way past. Levels it up, 6-all.
6-all.
Oh, Mac Nolan.
There it is.
He got it. Wow. No, it is touched. Yeah. Taylor Shelford. He was saying, no, I definitely made the touch. Just wasn't the early call.
Great control of the body to be able to move like that.
It's Carter Vincent, not Tace Black, out that side. Semple asking for Chippendale to get into half. Semple ducks away from Pickford, but Hosking Vinicky in good position to make that touch. Vinicky driving hard. Hammond up to protect on her side, but she hasn't made it all the way back, or has pushed a little bit from low to high to try to hold the attacking player up to slow down the roll ball. Referee says that's not enough.
Yeah, look, I'm waiting for Sally Chippendale to take off from half. She's a great ball player in her own right.
New Zealand out. Chance Sherrod Chase with Monks at half. Expect to see another long ball this time. Great setup. Magic touch. That ball didn't have quite enough legs to get all the way out and out on that side. I think that's Cleo Butterfant was in position to cover.
Yeah, excellent defence. The saving middle was tight. The link pushed up into the channel, which made the ball a lot easier for the winger, so they didn't have to push up quite as high.
Monks runs out of space, recycles the ball, brings it back. He's going to sweep left to right. Comes back for Sherrod Chase.
It was again nice tight defence by the Aussies. Could see that play developing.
Chance plays the ball. A little bit of back and forth with Monks. Monks will rip this one to Link. That was the Australians' read as well, but the ball goes to ground as he tries to find the winger. So the arm wrestle continues.
I think the Kiwis will identify that, how close that saving middle is.
Yeah.
If we can get a long ball out there, I think that's the opportunity there.
Monks, as he came off the field there, expressing a bit of displeasure with himself for picking the wrong option. And the coach is having the chat.
Hey!
Great hands from Kate Hammond. I'm not sure this ball's gone backwards. Referee's having a conversation, but Kate Hammond, and she's fallen over trying to get back up the hill as Evie Poulos is helping her up.
Whoa.
It has not gone backwards. It will be a forward pass.
Fingertips.
It was a magic finish from Hammond.
Fingertips by the winger. We talked about how slippery the ball is. Great control. Great skill by the 14. Tough position here on this box side defence. The Aussies press up again midfield. They've definitely controlled the middle third of this game.
Yeah, Australia pressing hard. Matters drifting out. Home with a big, hard, heavy touch. Wheatley in really good position there on Ballantyne, out on the left-hand side for New Zealand.
Yeah, the option was right, but the setup was wrong. Didn't move the defence to be into the position that they needed to be to make that 2-on-1 call by the winger.
Intensity in this game has lifted in the last couple of minutes, as there's now only about 5 and a bit to go in the game, and the scores are level. The ball slips out of Taste Black's hands, and Masters clips him on the foot.
Yeah, I'm feeling extra time here, Des. This game has just got that feel of extra time.
It kind of deserves it, doesn't it? It's been really close. It's been backward and forth. Every time one team scored, the other has replied. Claudia Wheatley penalised for offside. Referee asking her to keep your ears open for the calls. Taylor and Shelford with Pickworth. I would look for something funky out of Hosking Vinicky here. He is going to sweep around. Vinicky will get the ball and step back. Look to get the ball back from Pickworth. And New Zealand take the lead. Hosking Vinicky.
They've gone again. It's the same play that they scored off earlier in the game. The face ball to the link hole.
And a deserved lead. They've been the better side so far, I think, in the second half.
Yeah, tough for that link to get up into the channel. He's there trying to cover the sweeper.
Clancy Hone will look for the second phase play. Matters can get it through the hands. It will be finished. And no, there is a touch. That's an extraordinary touch across there by number 6. Tomai Collins-Taiapo with an absolute try saver, but off the step, off the left foot. Carter Vincent, tagged by Lana Monks. The intensity really lifting now. The crowd can feel it.
It has. It's going to be a sprint to the finish here. The Aussies are going to do everything they can to get some good field position, force a turnover.
Wheatley making that touch. Poulos, a little bit too heavy. They're trying to slow everything down.
3 minutes to go. Aussies need a stop desperately here.
Yeah, 2-try lead will be too big for him. Pickworth, Shelford, Vinicky is going to sweep. I'll look for something different. Option off it, well read by Australia. Evie Poulos done really, really well there.
Helping the middles out, pushing up, making the cheap touch.
Now it's going to be Shelford on the sweep. He'll have a dive at the line, but easily covered there, Clancy Hone. Australia back on top of it. Their better option would have been to give the ball straight back to Vinicky and look to do something with footwork.
They're going to want a penalty here. The Aussies are going to work their way to the box. Try and transition out as quick as they can.
Yeah, they're a little bit disorganised coming out of the box, though. With one touch coming, Semple pops it on for McNolan with pace.
Oh, long ball was on. They've run the fly play.
It's still
Goes
on.
Ali.
Chippendale drifts it back out. Wheatley's got no room to work with this time. 2 minutes to go.
Kiwis are lifting in the box. They're trying to get the players over the line.
McNolan with a really good touch. Long levers. Reaching now this time, and Pickworth. It picks up that extra couple of metres and builds some momentum for New Zealand. So Australia are going to have to draw back towards the line. This is Sherrod Chase. Collins-Taiapo has to try to reach back for it. A good touch by Semple.
Probably 2 sets left for the Aussies. 2 sets to see if they can cross the line to tie this game up.
Here comes Masters, Rawali, and Black. They've had a couple of errors the last couple of times they've been on this group. Masters needs to lift. Black is away.
There it is. The money man, Max Masters. Open side quickie.
There's some questions here. Landon Monks is coming back over to the referee asking because it looked like there was no touch. Landon Monks has pulled out of the touch. In that situation, they're inside the 7. They can't do that, but Taste Black saying, I've actually got your shirt. And in either case, the referee, unless they see it clearly, they can't call a voluntary roll ball. So the scores are level. It's good work from Taste Black. Vinicky now on the sweep. He's going to throw a long ball. That one's gone forward. That'll come back. Well read out on that far side by Hammond anyway in defence.
Last shot by the Aussies here.
Yep. 40 seconds to get the ball down to the other end of the field. If the scores are level, if it's level in 30 seconds time, we'll be going to extra time, and we'll talk through that one in a moment. But coming onto the field, this will be Matters, Hone and Vincent with the opportunity to win a match on the buzzer. Matters with a split back, Hone with the pickup. He's through the line, Hone's through. There's lots of bodies in motion. Matters has got the ball and been tagged. Marked up by Hosking Vinicky. 7 seconds on the clock. New Zealand will try to drive out. They'll just try to hold on to the ball here now. Fight their way in, and as the siren's going, we're going to be looking for extra time here in game number 3. First extra time game of the day. This is going to be a lot of fun.
There it is. There was a slow transition, slow turnover by the Aussie, which allowed the Kiwis to get their defensive team on. And it paid dividends. Great defence on the try line. Aussies threw everything at them. Kiwis held out. Yeah, there's a quick shot at the crowd. The crowd is building. A lot of family, a lot of friends, spectators, and this is what they come to see.
A lot of
drop-off football.
A lot of touring party teammates as well up in the crowd. I can see the New Zealand side. I think that might actually even be the mixed 20s team up on the grandstand or up on the stairs of the main building here at Brisbane Metropolitan Touch. Starting, we've got Matters and Clancy Hone. Kate Hammond on this side and Evie Poulis on the right. Hone gets the ball away from Matters, and Poulis is chased down by Anya Ballantyne. Tate Whalen. Tate Whalen on that side. Landon Monks and Johnny Pickworth defending for New Zealand. It's back. Matters is over. They worked really, really well. Moved the ball left and right. And then they've come back, and Flynn Matters gets the try. So Australia are up. We haven't got the 2-minute clock on the board here for this one, so we're just going to be riding the game with you guys at home. Tapped off here. This is an error from Landon Monks. Not a clean roll ball by Collins Taipo.
Yeah, his head dropped there. Unfortunately, lost the handle. On turnover, the Aussies look to the bench, look to the coaches to see what play they're going to run, whether they're going to stay out.
Semple with Marcus Bell. They can pretty much wrap this up if these two guys score. Nicely touched there by Collins Taipo. Semple just cleaning himself off, drawing a few seconds off the clock. Rolls the ball for Bell. I'd be looking to try to get the ball out this side for Chippendale. She's got space, she's got speed, but doesn't need to. Ethan Semple with the dive over, but it has been touched. The touch call is coming from the sideline, but they're trying to figure out what they're going to call. No, a forward pass. No, an incorrect roll ball. Okay, called from the sideline. No worries.
Running out of time here, the Kiwis, they need to progress the ball as quick as they can up the end of the field.
Coming onto the ball, this is Pickworth. Hosking Vinicky, the siren's going. He's got to go himself. This is it. He must score on this without a touch. The Australians need to come forward and close down their space. The ball away. Vinicky now putting on the footwork. Pickworth, he's not got a lot to work with, and closed down by Marcus Bell. And Australia will take out this game 3. Get the 3-0 series win. But a really wonderful game. A fantastic effort from New Zealand. There's a couple of young players here that are taking this one a little bit personally on their own personal errors, and they don't need to do that.